I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA's review. Today is April 23rd, Tuesday, 2024. Hope you had a good day here. So what happened today? We ended up being bullish and we did break structure. So it was obviously one of the two options. And you have to watch yesterday's video so it makes sense. I was telling you about this 9:45 a.m. candle from yesterday, right? Was that going to hold support or not? And sure enough, it did beautifully. You can see here, price opens up and the gap right there, gaps up. That's when I did the video I was mentioning that we gapped up. So I was showing some strength to the top side. Came down here. We did not break below that candle. So this is a support area. Could have went down to here, yes. But nothing lower than that. Obviously, if it was going to be bearish, I would expect Asia and London to kind of bring it down. So this was our first sign. Let me try to make this simple. This was an early indication of a shift, but at the same time, it's still bearish because you're obviously below that low, right? If you look on the 1 hour, we're still underneath that low, and that's the protected low. So in this scenario, this is being used as support, right? And sure enough, it doesn't break. So obviously, I'm ready at 9:45. Got news at 9:45 today, and great buy though right here. But you can see that we're getting order flow up, and you're not really going to see this on a 5 minute. 1 minute is super clean. Let me go to 1 minute, and so let me just outline this real quick. So with all that being said, is that third drive going to happen? Well, right here, 9:30, 9:31 actually pushes the price up. So in general speaking, the direction of the opening is a slight indication of where we're going in a sense, okay? We do have the opening range here that's empty, and they do not decide to fill that. So you don't get married to that at the same time, but what I do is the price shoots up right here at 9:30, and once it reaches up here and takes out that liquidity, I do take that sell, right? And I only take that sell only because if it's bearish, or if it will lean to bearish, is that we will come down, right? So that didn't happen. I get stopped out right here, right? We push up. Now, while this is happening, we also have dollars. So you have to use other confluences and other things to kind of base your judgment. When that's happening, we're obviously shooting down. Oh, this is 9:45, but the price is already, it's already a bearish looking day on the chart, right? So we're getting back into the daily imbalance that they have here. And they have that low that they have slightly taken out, but pretty equal. And then you have also that low that's sitting inside that imbalance. So if you look here, you can see that low right there, which we're talking about April 18th, Thursday. Yeah, right there. So anyways, 9:45 is the big indicator, but the idea is that it fails, right? And then shoots up. So now, and normally, and this is what you should normally do, is wait for order flow. So okay, fine, that little turtle soup idea fails, but no problem. Shoots up, gets stopped out, retraces right back. Okay, so when it retraces right back, now the time is 9:44. So anyways, we're another higher high and a higher low. You have order flow. I mean, you already see it there. Like, even if I was to squinch this up, right? Like right there, right here, right when you break that high, you can see that we're bullish, like no question, right? So you have your extra order flow. So what happens? Well, 9:40. Well, let me go back to it so you can see it clearly. 9:45 pushes the price up. Now look to the left of your chart. Does that look like we're going to be bearish? Now you have 100%. When this 9:45 pushes it up, look to the left. We're breaking all of these levels, right? So obviously we're going up. We're taking out that high, and we're going to continue even more. So when the price retraces back, comes down into this imbalance, last two down candles, the last one was where the real buying candle is, right? And boom, buy there, stop loss underneath the candle. Anything lower than that, I'm not interested in. Sure enough, where are you taking this buy though? So you got your order flow, right? There's no question that you don't got your order flow. And the 945 actually helps you determine what to do for the day. We're bullish. We're all going, and you look at the other assets going on. And then with this 945 candle, that now you can see this very clear on the daily. I'm not daily, on the dollar shooting the hell down. So with that understanding, you're buying up, right? So with that understanding, also you're taking it to that high, takes out that liquidity at minimum. Now here is a special trade here that you, if you're bullish, you're not expecting. I wish I could do this clean, more clean to fit everything. Here, let me just do it this way. Yeah. So with this understanding, we bust through it, right? We bust through it, and this is now above this high. We broke structure. I expect a retrace back to this high. I show trades like this once in a while, but sure enough, price comes back here, taps that. The high I'm talking about is obviously Friday's high, right? We tap it, and I take this trade to buy up. Now we've also tapped into this imbalance right here. Let me, I don't have everything highlighted, but even before I even get into this, let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. So we understand each other before going up. So you can see this. I mean, it's pretty clear. I mean, this is like as fucking nice as it can get, dude. But let's see here. So I can show you. You have this imbalance here. Right here. And I'm going to draw the lines down. This last candle. I'm going to just do it this way. Oh boy. So you could understand this. All right, so price comes back into, so that's a higher low, that's a higher high, that's a higher low. All right, comes down into these down candles right here. If you even put a fib, let me open it up. Even if you put a fib from here to here, coming right to the 61 on the head. All right, so you got to see these type of things. All right, so there you go. That's an entry there. And then also with this, let's do it all the way. Try to make this fucking video short, man. I already need to go. All right, so now higher low to higher high, retraces back to that last down candle, sitting there at the 79 and buys up. Another higher high, another higher low. I'm going to just drag this over. I'm just going to drag this over. Okay. Okay, so now we have that. Take a look here. Another higher low, higher high. This is super order flow. Super, super easy. I mean, fuck. Wish every day was like this. All right, because you can see that imbalance right there, sitting at a 70 beautifully. And also you have this inversion imbalance here. It's the lowest one. Let me see if I can change this color. Not really easy to do. You see outlined right there. So, you know, even if you put a 50%. So beautiful zone right there to buy. That's another entry. These are all entries. And right here, we get the price to pop right in to this imbalance. Come on, buddy. Okay. Super game. Right there. Plus, don't forget, these last 1, 2, 3, 4 down candles. All right. It's also a block as well. All right. Beautiful area to buy there. And you're just taking it up here. Now, when you get here, okay, when you get here, you can take the profit out right when it takes that high, which is fine. Look to the left. Remember when we rolled over that day? That big sell that I did not continue? if you recall. But remember this price action right here that rolled down over at the end of the day, and they closed it, and then we opened up for Asia and sunk. Well, all that liquidity of lower highs there, you expect to go up there and wipe that out. Now we're up here, so you could have either held it, and you can also expect a push higher, right? But that's your call. So then, now that we've explained that and we've busted through, I expect a retracement back down from that Friday's high, right? So it comes down, tags it, and I also have this imbalance outlined. Now, the thing is, we don't know if that's going to hold. It could come deeper, which obviously it did. So came down, I take the buy here, comes up, then retrace. Super, super, super manipulated. Look at that. So little speaker there. So from here, point of origin, down, up, down, up. So you got the sweep there, you got the sweep there, right? But I knew what they were doing because I have a target of coming up here. And it still is my target, but I fucking got out early because I needed to. I got out at 2:30. But look at these bitches. So earnings came out for Tesla and I believe some other people, but and it's still going up. This was my target, but I had to get out. Now, again, I don't want to have to show you my trades, but I will. But in this case, when I get taken out here, it's no problem. I'm buying again because why? This is even a better spot to buy from. Why? Not only is it below that that high that we broke through, they're coming down to kind of wipe out a little bit more of the breakout artists here, but also we come into these last two down candles. So if I just copy this over right there, all right, you can see that the line is literally sitting on the entry, and boom, right there. So I'm literally tagged right in here, and my stop loss comes underneath this inversion imbalance plus this imbalance. I don't expect it to come any lower, and sure enough, we do take off. So with this entry model and target, my target is here, but I was super impatient to wait, and I couldn't wait any longer, so I ended up getting out. Let me just show you the trade, just so we understand each other. So this scenario, boom, pops in right here. I get filled right there at 545. And my target was up here. So you can see that. Oh, you don't see that. I don't really have a good job of marking it. But I'm aiming for these 2 standard deviations from let me go back to it. But again, oh, I deleted it here. Where are we at? Okay. Why aren't you there? Okay. So I was aiming for the 2 standard deviations. Why? Because it's two standard deviations plus I'm also aiming for these gaps, obviously. So the gaps here, we have 2 of them. We have one right there and we have the one sitting on top of it. I'm aiming at the bottom of this second or the top gap, the bottom of the top gap, right? And it looks like we're still going there, right? But I had to cut it loose at this time for many reasons. First of all, I was just frankly sick of holding it. Number 2, I'd rather take the profit than be right, and I had to go. But anyways, so it looks like we're still aiming for it. And then again, I don't want to have to show my trades. I would like to trade in peace, so I'm only doing that so you don't think I'm fucking tripping or I'm crazy. But anyways, let's see here. Did I mention everything here? Yeah, I mentioned everything here about that support. And then here, and then here was a nice signature of a speaker here, right there, Free People in London. So that's another indication of manipulation up, right? They want you to think it's coming down here. So, and I had that feeling. And then if you look, let me go to a 5-minute. And then if you look here, this was a beautiful area to buy. As well, I'm not fucking awake, but beautiful buy here. You got your open of the day gap, and sure enough, respecting it twice. You got order flow sitting right there as well. We've already broke above that high, retraced back, made a new high, retraced back, doesn't break that low. I mean, you've got order flow, right? And then they try to trick you guys here with the little speaker. Very similar to this, by the way. Very similar to this situation. But the intention is to come up and wipe out all the sellers here, right? It's really to keep it simple. So all this extra internal shit means nothing. But again, we now have a confirmation of a shift of structure. But here is the after the video, I realized you also have another. If you take a look at the other assets together, right? I was telling you that Dow had already shifted. Well, Dow was the indicator of shifting. Number one. Number two, if you look at S&P, they're retracing back into their down candles, so they're using it as support. So it's not like the price came down and was taking out these lows, right? We're still up here, right? So you get what I'm saying? So you at this point, with all dollar and all the other things I'm mentioning. Oh, also, I mean, I don't really talk about it, but yields were actually were also kind of facing down, coming down, and then at the time we also had bonds kind of coming down as well. So we with all that being said here, the pushing up is the better idea in the day, and of course, obviously, because of this strong support level that I mentioned. So you gotta weigh all that stuff out, right? And it's not easy, but it's what it takes. So the decision making is that. But Nas is the sleeper in this situation. We call it a sleeper, right? Meaning like all the other Dow and S&P are already moving, while Nas is still like waiting to get where they already are, right? So as you see here, they're about to sweep these highs, and Dow is about to sweep those highs as well, and we're still down here, while we should technically be up here, is what I'm saying, right? So this can go a number of ways. This can get tricky. I want to be done. Fuck, it's already 17 minutes. Now this price is either going to come back down into this area. I'm assuming. So let's just say we do this, come up a little bit, and then we do kind of this either here or even down here, because now we have a gap. I'm gonna go all the way over here. Look at this gap on the daily. See that gap? There's a gap on that daily. So I don't know. I mean, this is far fetched in my opinion, but who knows? But then that would have to be a bearish day. So I don't know. So it's either we're bouncing from here or here or here. There's like 3 spots, right? Sorry, I can't help you any better anymore than that. But let's just keep it simple. You know, either we're doing this, you know, type of thing, or it just keeps buying right now. Like it's just floating, where you get like this big movement here, and it just constantly just keeps going and going. Like the next day, like here, just kind of keeps buying and buying and buying, right? So it's either one of those. Either we get the pullback, or we're just going to keep kind of floating up. So I don't know, obviously. But I would like to see it come down to here. So we got this 4-hour imbalance right here. These 2 down candles right here. Be nice to tap that. Or you see these 2 down candles here. These 2 big down candles, to come here and tap that. And then that would mean that we're wiping out all these buyers here. And there's that gap right there on the 5-minute. I don't know. Let me see here. What is this? Using this as an inversion imbalance. And also, I was mentioning yesterday, if you recall, I was telling you that if we come up here, that if they use this for support again, that we would shoot up. I mean, look where the 4-hour candle literally opened on it. So if you look here, if I transfer this over, what's it called? 10 o'clock was, this 10 o'clock candle was right here. God, there's so much shit on the screen. This 10 o'clock candle right here. So this was the wick of the 10 o'clock candle. Came down, right? So, and it's literally laying at 50%. So that was another indication, by the way, of all of this flow up that made us buy here, right? So, and there's something else too. Also, let me drag that back out, because I just really don't like this much shit on the chart. But you have this. So that was also the support. Let me go back to this now. Why isn't it there? It's not showing. That's why these videos are long, dude. It's like there's no way. Fuck. So again, this inversion imbalance as well is holding price as well. They gapped up. See that gap? But perfect. I mean, look at that. Look at the body sitting there on that 50%. So this is also when the price is in here with the confluence of here. Okay. Let me go back to this. As you can see here, this is a little bit of an early indication as well, right? So you're using these levels, you're using this framework to show support, right? This is algorithmic support, right? And pretty nice. So let me delete that. And also, I don't think I mentioned yesterday that this right here, we wanted to see price sit in here, and that's the other logic of why I was adding. This is a different one now, so don't count that as like the old one. But I'm using also this as framework as well, because you don't want to look at that to the tick right there. See that? So you don't want to see price come any lower if you're bullish, right? So this is also the other reasons. But I just can't remember fucking everything to talk about. Otherwise, the videos will be a fucking hour, and we're already 21 minutes. So I'm trying to pull the plug. But as you can see here, body's respecting. Again, it does not break any lower, right? So even on a 4-hour situation, let me delete this. You got this down candle here with this one too. Beautifully, actually almost the same damn level. See that? So push up, that's it's a shift, but it's not a confirmed break of structure. In general speaking, that's the protected high, right? Or lower high, I should say. But you're getting all the signs of support here, right? So hopefully you saw that in Asia, and hopefully this video does help you see this context, right? All right, is there anything else I wanted to mention? And plus you have daily imbalances here, right? So you had, when we closed yesterday, you had a daily imbalance in there, you have a daily balance in there, then you also have one right there, and then this question mark here eventually. But that's the thing. Are we going to be super bullish, right? Or are we going to create that structure of higher high, higher low, and then really like maybe retrace from here and come back down and take out that low? We don't know, obviously, but this came down pretty quick, so I don't know. We might also go up pretty quick. Who knows? But and we might see another retracement in May. So I don't think there's anything else I need to mention, man. I didn't go over these though, but very similar days as well. Big bearish, big bullish day there. Look at the support on the open of the. I mean, do you have this on your chart? So I mean, I can't tell you everything's gonna happen the next day. I need Asia and London to help out. But if you're in Asia, I mean, are you using these tools, man? I mean, you got to look at all the gaps with Dow. Jeez, getting sloppy in there. But this is algorithmic directions. You're going above gaps, you're coming back. You're going above gaps, you're coming back. You're going above, you're coming back. You're retesting, you're coming back above, you're coming back. So it's like you can see the shift. Oh damn. Oh, that was down right there. From here? Jeez. So again, support here. The whole fucking Asia, right? You come above. Now you're using this as support. You come back above. You come back 50%. I mean, you're using it as a grid, right? But fucking Dow is the leader here, no doubt. Fuck, no doubt. So they've already broke structure 2 days ago. So that was the indicator. So Dow panned out to be the good indicator to show you what direction was going. I just don't trust Dow as much. But we got a lot of gaps here on this daily, so I don't know, man. That's pretty suspect for us to not come back down and close. So again, in a perfect world, honestly, in a perfect world, I don't want it to keep buying. I would prefer it to come back down and retest. After this shift here, I would prefer it to come down here in this range. If we do, let's take the 1 hour for a second. No, maybe take the 15 minute. Let me take the 15 minute. So we already, if you did a fib from here to here, also, just so you know, that's a 50. All right. Just do it like that. See that 50? See, you're sitting out there. So this fucking zone is so much confluence. Plus, you have that imbalance right there. If I marked it out, where am I at? Right here. So you have this imbalance, also, with this down candle. I mean, it's the 15 minutes, so you can kind of see it here on the 5 right here. These 2 down candles here. So even if you, I didn't touch it from there. So that would be too refined. And then the 15 minute, if I drag that out, you can see it. It's a super fucking solid area, man. I mean, Jesus. But again, it didn't break lower than any of these zones I'm showing you. It didn't come lower, right? So that's a good sign of going up. But damn, I was trying to say something. Oh, so we already measured this. That's a retracement. That's fair. It's at 50%. Let's just do it like this, so I can be done. And right now, I think it's gonna still keep going up. But I think it's still gonna keep going up. So don't count this. But what I'm saying is when it does kind of hit these gaps or whatever and come back, I would like for it to come down back into this area. So any breakout artists from here, or the liquidity, which I don't think it'll come this low. We'll see, but coming back to here sounds decent. Little pocket of imbalance right there. Some in there. Yeah, man, I'd like for it to come back to this area. Plus there was a gap right there. That one that I've been talking about. There's one on the 5 minute. You can see it right there. All right. See that 5 minute gap right there? It's also on a 15 minute. So that would be nice to see if this range pans out, but I don't think it's still done moving up. I think it, so in layman's terms, I think, I'm just dealing with gap to gap here. So like for bouncing up from here to down here, working into here, come down into here, work in this area, bouncing back up to here. Does it reject here and come back, or does it just keep going to this next gap? All right, you guys take care and God bless.